Too many researchers write to answer questions that interest only themselves. This does not account for the fact that researchers are members of a community in which they should contribute. Thus, your research should address a problem that others in your community, namely your readers, also want to solve. In order to understand how to do this, we must examine two other kinds of problems: practical and conceptual problems. Practical problems. What should we do? Everyday research usually begins with a practical problem, which, if ignored, means trouble. When the answer is not obvious, we have to figure out how to solve it, which requires us to create a research problem that is defined by what we do not know or understand about our practical problem. Thus, a practical problem is caused by some condition of the world that troubles us because it has undesirable cost. We solve a practical problem by doing something, or by encouraging others to do something, to eliminate or at least mitigate the condition creating these costs. But to know what to do, someone must understand that something better so it can be addressed. Conceptual problems. What should we think? In research, a conceptual problem arises when we do not understand something about the world as well as we would like. We solve a conceptual problem not by doing something to change the world, but by answering a question that helps us understand the world better. We usually address these problems through research, which is why conceptual problems are also called research problems. The word conceptual describes their condition and costs or consequences. The word research refers to how we solve them. The relationship between practical problems and conceptual or research problems looks kind of like that diagram you see before you on the slide, beginning with the practical problem up at the top. Thus, we see that the word problem has a special meaning for researchers. In almost every case, we think of a problem as a negative or bad thing, something we want to avoid. A researcher or student will find themselves in trouble without a research problem. As noted before, if we move from a general topic to collecting information, we have nothing to guide us when we start seeking sources. Without a specific question to answer, we have no way of knowing when we have enough. We have to formulate that research problem.